Galina is doing well. She's sitting at the table and is already busy doing housework.
Vasilisa, I don't know how to thank you. You'll always be welcome in my house. Well, come in, sit here, under the icons.
This woman came to me, Anisia Ivanovna.
Oh, Lord help me. Even the Leshy won't take that woman. I know. I used to be her daughter-in-law. He's friends with the shepherd. I bet they both talk to the Leshy. But I don't believe they are to blame for the missing people. They are fine men. We're friends. I love her. She used to bring me and my husband lots of gifts, especially after our village got closed. She's so kind.
You're Anisia's daughter-in-law?
I was. An absurd life that was. Well, it's a sin to complain. We all live as we can. My husband was taken from me by the forest. He died. God rest his soul.
What kind of man was he?
A good one, loving, so unlike his mother, Anisia. When he died, she blamed me, said I cursed him.
Did you argue?
We had some disagreements, but I don't think she cursed me. I don't remember any such thing.
Do you remember the time when the master of the forest took you? What did he look like?
My memory is foggy, Vasilisa. I can hardly remember any of it.
Did he look like anyone from the village?
No, he was dark, as if made of wood, covered in moss and mushrooms. He nearly crushed me with those roots. God help me.
Galina starts to sob.
I remember one thing he told me. I can't pray.
The shepherd is sitting by the haystack, hitting his poo drum with sticks. Fog surrounds him, covering everything with slippery moisture. You smell mold and mushrooms.
From one Noah to another, I wish you well.
They say Yefim the hunter communicates with the Leshy. Could he have set up these disappearances?
No way. I was writing charters too, but who wants to curse? He isn't to blame. Well, I only do what needs to be done. Everyone likes Martha. She treats many of us to gifts. But I don't like her very much. The woman has a mind of her own. That's all right. I'll have a chat with her when the time comes. Oh, a quarrelsome woman. She's the one who cursed everyone, that's what I think. His son was Galina's husband, so she herself cursed him. Who else?
Have you ever seen Marfa when you brought the cattle for grazing in the evening?
I have, yes. But I haven't seen where she went. Maybe the youngsters saw it.
Shepherds also communicate with Leshy. He watches after the animals for you. Did he give you any helpers?
Nah, just some silly things. I don't measure up to you Khaldoons. I do everything by myself. It's scary dealing with the forest, everyone says so. I need to look after the cattle. They won't punish some icon, but they will punish me if anything happens.
You came to Nimzia after the forest master hid it, right?
Yes, I was unlucky. The Leshy caught me. Doesn't seem that I asked for an invitation when I entered his domain.
What were you doing before this?
I was a worker. My father was old and couldn't support me. I made my own way.
A small hunter's izba that is well lived in.
Oh, it's good that we finally have a knower. You saved Galina, so maybe you will free us up.
I found your tracks in the forest by the offering. You were dragging some girl by the forest edge. It was Galina. Did you give her to the Leshy?
Bite your tongue, Vasya.
Who was it then?
Well, me. And the girl was one of the villagers. You can see her in the village right now. I told her not to tell anything. It's a bad omen. I left an offering to him and shot the stump. I've been trying to summon the Leshy for several months straight. I want to ask him eye to eye if Nimza is doomed because of this. But he cares little for us. Will you may be able to get to him? To a righteous forest.
The Leshy's domain stands before you like Marfa's izba is richly decorated.
Greetings, Vasilisa. Well, come in. Sit over there, in the corner.
They say you walk the streets at night, acting strangely.
Oh no, Vasilisa dear, God forbids. I sit at home, that wasn't me. Who walks at night at all? I'm too scared.
The scarce Nimzia youth is sitting by an old izba. When you approach, they watch you.
We've heard of you, Vasilisa. I hope you will help Nimza. No one has been able to so far.
What's with this guy? Is he hurt?
His mouth is too big. In our village, no ones who call the Leshy's name too often get their mouths tied shut. Otherwise, it's scary. We don't want to be taken by Vorsa. Philemon doesn't take apprentices. He tells us he will manage by himself. He's right. None of the animals have ever gone missing. I guess the Leshy is fine with just villages. It used to be that some bear or the like would carry away an animal from time to time. We can't tell you anything about the hunter. We don't quite know him. He speaks to the Leshy and nowhere, sort of like you. Well, she's a fine girl. What else can we say about her?
Did you see where she walks at night?
Marfa walks at night? No, it can't be her. But someone definitely walks the streets. Must be the devil. Recently, Galina went missing, and we noticed some shadow getting into her house. One of us was placing a candle for her in the corner in the evening, you know, so that the forest would let her go. Suddenly, he heard some rustling and saw the door open. It was Leshy. Who else? He immediately ran out of the izba. We found his tracks in the morning. Someone must have been carrying a heavy soul off to the forest. There must have been Galina's second spirit when Leshy was holding her. The tracks are deep, so this spirit put up quite a fight. Scary thing.
Have any of you seen a hunter by the forest edge? Well, don't be scared. I can protect you from him. You can tell me now.
One of the girls confesses she saw Yefim by the forest edge. She says Yefim was asking the Leshy to free Nimza and bring the missing people back. Galina was her daughter-in-law. They sure did argue, but quietly, so people wouldn't talk. Galina was crying afterwards, she told us.
The herbalist's house smells like healing herbs.
Ah, great. I don't care where this village is.
Like many other houses in the village.
You again, witch. I'm looking forward to... Well, what do you need?
Marfa says you gifted a belt to Philemon.
I did, and he didn't take it. Still walks in his red one, damn him. The Susietka was smothering me all night. Looks like I made a bad belt. Although, I did it with proper permanent patterns. Why am I telling you this? A witch won't understand. You only want to walk around bareheaded. Ooh.
The Susietka didn't get angry for nothing. I should speak to him. I heard you argued with Galina. Did you blame her for your son's death? You cursed her and wished the Leshy would take her.
Anisia's face changes, and she takes a step back.
Well, why did you freeze there? Did you curse your daughter-in-law?
Anicia makes another step and almost falls on the bench.
I did. You guessed it, witch. It's as you say. I am to blame. And what of it? It was Galena who cursed my son. Who else? Who? You're a witch, and she might as well be one. You found each other. I'm not scared. Tell it to everyone at the gathering if you wish. I cursed her, and I curse her still. And I curse you. I wish the Lashy would tear you to bits. Get out!
Anicia pushes you out of the door and slams it shut in your face. Galena is doing well. She's sitting at the table and is already busy. You search the yard and notice the tracks the villagers told you about. Someone was dragging something heavy towards the forest. The shepherd is sitting by the haystack.
From one Noah to another, I wish you well.
Galena is doing well. You knock on the door, but no one answers. You sneak under the branch through the bent gates, whisper the secret words, and notice a black, furry shadow in the far corner of the yard.
Yuck! Nowhere, Khaldoons. I hate you, kind. What stench?
Wait, kind host. I want to ask you.
Don't you try throwing sand in my eyes. I feel evil emanating from you. Like from the belt my master wanted to trade. Don't think he didn't trade it. All covered in evil markings. Doesn't have eyebrows. I punish her and punish you.
You notice the shadows grow darker in the corners. The Susiedko is not alone here.